Here's a paean to Muhammad Ali, a man I greatly admired, and I hope that this incident I'm about to recount will make you understand why I admire the man so greatly. He was very outspoken, he was controversial, but there were many who loved him as well as many who disliked him. I'm one of the former. I was crazy about Muhammad Ali ever since the following incident. In the mid to late 1960s, I was a volunteer at a drug rehabilitation center in Pennsauken, New Jersey, by the name of Operation Concern. I don't think it exists anymore. But at that time, I was a a group leader. We held groups for the children to express themselves and to try to get to the root of their problems. Anyway, that's beside the point. Anyway, this was a private organization, and it was privately funded. In the spring of one year, I don't remember the exact year. I think I was at the center from 1969 to 1973 or 72. So to give you an idea of the timing, it was decided that we would have a fundraiser, that we would scour the neighborhood to see how much money we could collect to keep the rehabilitation center running. Now, at that time, Muhammad Ali was living in Pennsauken, New Jersey, in the neighborhood where our rehabilitation center was found. We decided to do a fundraising walk around the neighborhood, as I said, and someone got the bright idea that we should ask Muhammad Ali if he would come along with us. That would help. We were sure that would help to raise the amount of money that we could otherwise collect. Well, I didn't think we should disturb the man. He was already heavyweight champion by that time, pretty well known. I don't remember why he was living in Pennsauken, New Jersey, but he was living there with his family. We decided that we would go ahead, much against my better judgment, simply because I thought he was too important a person to agree to come along with us, a bunch of people from the neighborhood, including some of the addicts from the center, knocking on doors and asking for money. And I forgot to mention, it was a Sunday. Well, we went ahead, we knocked on Muhammad Ali's door, and his daughter came to the door. We explained that what we were doing. We were off on a fundraising walk around the neighborhood, and we just wondered whether Muhammad Ali would be willing to come with us because we were sure that with his presence in the group, we would collect a lot more money than we could without him. She excused herself for a minute, excuse me, and came back and said, of course he will. He'd be happy to join you, which he did. He came to the door, said hello to everybody with a big smile. We shook hands. We all shook hands with the greatest. And he came along with us. We were walking down the street. He was trotting down the street, shadow boxing the whole time. We'd knock on the door would open, they would see Muhammad Ali, and they would say, "Who?" And they would be very surprised. We would ask them for money, and without fail, they would contribute something. At the end of that walk, that fundraising walk, I'm sure, I have no idea no way of proving this, but I'm sure that we must have collected far more money than we would have otherwise. And since that time, I have admired Muhammad Ali greatly. And for me personally, he will be greatly missed. I enjoyed watching him as a boxer. I'm a big boxing fan. And this showed the human side of him. He was willing to help us out, not knowing us. He was a famous person. Dropped everything on a Sunday, left his family, and came along with us. I can't get over that. I think about that very often, and every time I do, I think what a great man he was. He certainly was, in my opinion, the greatest. Thank you very much.